You walk into a room for negotiation, and the first word that comes out anchors everything. So the client opens with, we are thinking about this project. We have only 500,000. We have only 1 million for this project. Immediately, that number, whether reasonable or not, has just become the psychological center of gravity for the entire discussion. If you say left, they say, we told you we have only 500. If you say right, they say, we told you we have only. Now, the consultant is negotiating upward from 500,000 instead of downward from their own number. In the consultant's true value, he may be valued at 10 million, 5 million, 20 million, but because the anchor has been dropped, you will either negotiate up or down from there. So if the consultant's true value is somewhere between 2 million and 5 million, now the anchor just closed them, removing about 1.5 or 3.5 or 4.5 before the conversation even properly began. So flip it. A skilled entrepreneur walks into that same room and opens first. Projects of this scope and impact typically run between 3.5 million and 5 million. And here's the value you are receiving. Now, because you dropped the anchor first, the client is trying to negotiate. The client is negotiating downward from 3.5 or 5 million. Now, the anchor belongs to the entrepreneur. The outcome belongs to the entrepreneur. Why? Because she dropped the anchor first. 3 moves that will immediately protect your money, your business, and your relationship by understanding the anchoring effect and the antidote. Number 1, always drop the anchor first. In every negotiation, every sales, every conversation, every pitch, name your number. He who anchors first frames the entire battlefield. Number 2, pause before responding to any opening offer. The moment someone gives you a first number or a first position, do not react immediately. Pause. Ask yourself, is this anchor legitimate? What does my independent research say this should be worth? Don't take it as face value. Never negotiate from their anchor. Always return to your own data and use it. Number 3, audit the anchors already living in your life. This is the deep work you must do. What beliefs about your worth, your self-image, your self-esteem, your pricing, your relationship, your standards were set earlier in your life by your parents, by a failed experience, a failed relationship, a toxic boss, a difficult season that you are still unconsciously floating around today. Identify those anchors, challenge them, replace them with anchors you have deliberately chosen. You are not free if you are still floating around someone else's anchor. That's why self-audit, self-anchor audit is very important. Audit your anchors. The most powerful move you can make today in business, in relationship, in your life is to cut the old anchors and drop your own. Remove the anchors that were there made for you and drop your own. It could be anchor about your wealth, your level of health, have you ever seen people talk about things like, and there's no way you can be 40 without having sicknesses. There's no way you can, be wealthy without being corrupt. There's no way you can go through this without somebody connecting you. There's, all those things, they form anchors in your brain.